Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's episode, I'll be discussing whether Man City have anything left to fight for this season. But before that, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's very much appreciated, and it goes a long way helping me build a small community on my channel. Okay, we've recently just hit 297 subscribers. Can we go and get my main target 300? Hopefully we can. And yeah, just want to say a massive thank you on the recent support on our most recent episodes, all the likes and the comments on social media, definitely to go unnoticed. And yeah, just want to say a massive thank you, really. But let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Now, West Ham face Man City on Saturday evening, 8 p.m. kickoff, and for me, this has massive repercussions for both teams. Okay, there's a lot on the line for both teams, isn't there? West Ham in a relegation battle, and Man City are trying to catch up to Arsenal in that title challenge. Okay, for me, who needs this win more? I'm not too sure. Probably a West Ham, just because, you know, they are so close, potentially overtaking the likes of Nottingham Forest and Spurs if they can potentially get all 3 points against Man City. Now, that is going to be a tough task, isn't it? Because this Man City side have been fantastic all season. Don't get me wrong, they are coming off a 3-0 defeat against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Absolute abysmal performance. So, from a West Ham perspective, this is probably the perfect time to play Man City after coming off a 3-0 drumming against the, powerhouse elite team in Real Madrid. Okay, for me, if we quickly just mention that, I did not expect that to happen. Okay, from a Real Madrid perspective, Valverde scoring a first half hat trick. I've never seen the likes of him score, go crazy like that and score the amount of goals he has in that in a certain game. Don't get me wrong, he has got a lot of quality, a lot of talent. I just did not expect that from him as a combust working number 8 midfielder in there and right back at times as well for Real Madrid. Just didn't expect that to see that. It's a bit of a weird one for West Ham, because if you think about their form this season, okay, of course they've been awful for the first half of the season. Now that they've got Nuno Espirito Santo, they've started to come good in the last 6 to 8 weeks. They're starting to get results over the line, aren't they? I think in the last 5 games, they've won 2, they've drawn 2, and they've lost 1. So from that point of view, it is decent. You know what I mean? That they beat Fulham in the league 1-0. They beat Brentford as well in the FA Cup recently on penalties. So from that point of view, winning the last 2 games in a row, that's got to give them confidence and belief to get a decent result against Man City. But it won't be easy, will it? Because, Man City have so much attacking flair going forward. You know, Antonio Semenyo is on fire this season. Erling Haaland's on fire. Look, you've got Nico O'Reilly can score some goals here and there. Ryan Churchy, they've got all this attacking talent, and now they've got a good defence behind them in Margahi coming in and absolutely providing some of that much needed reassurance at the back. So from that point of view, it's whether or not West Ham have enough attacking talent to go forward and potentially score a counter-attacking goal, and it's whether or not West Ham enough defensively to stop Man City's attacking players as well going forward. Because one thing about Man City is they'll keep on attacking you, they'll keep on creating chances to score you the goals. You have to be consistent at the back and defensive resolute to sort of see out a victory if you want. For me, I'm not too sure if West Ham can do that, but let's just talk about the positives, okay? Because at the moment they're only 1 point behind Nottingham Forest and Spurs. So if they can overtake them in this, Premier League relegation battle, that'll be absolutely amazing. That will encourage them for the rest of the season, okay? Obviously, they're on 29 games played at the moment, so they have got what's it, 9 games left to play. So from that point of view, it could be good. When we talk about from a Man City perspective, okay, if they can get these 3 points over the line, okay, then they'll be on 63 points, only what's that, 4 or 5 points behind Arsenal, depending on who they play and depending on if Arsenal can beat Liverpool at the weekend as well, because they play on Super Sunday, of course, don't they? They play Liverpool, so that's a very tough fixture, and if that fixture can go into Man City's favour, if Liverpool can get a good result against Arsenal, then the title race could potentially back on. But if you think about this game against Real Madrid, they've lost 3-0 in the first leg, okay? They're going back to the Bernabeu now, I'm pretty sure, aren't they? So from that point of view, you're 3-0 down. Are they going to potentially catch up to Real Madrid? Possibly not. I can't see them catching up to, you know, Real Madrid and getting through to that, next round of the Champions League fixtures. I just can't. If it was 2-0, then they've definitely got a good chance. But just because they got 3 goals, if Real Madrid score in the second leg, if they score in the first 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, it's pretty much game over. It's pretty much, the tie is pretty much wrapped up. You know what I mean? So from that point of view, I can't see Man City getting back into the Champions League tie at least anyways and potentially progress to the next round. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with me. Do they have enough attacking flair? Do they have enough defensive quality to get back into that result? I just think from that point of view, the Champions League tie is over for Man City. And when we discuss what's left to fight for their season, can they potentially catch up to Arsenal? Again, I just don't see it. I think it's Arsenal's for the taking. It's Arsenal's to lose now. Don't get me wrong, I was saying all season, Man City are the star team to catch them up just because they've got Pep Guardiola, just because they've got world-class players in Erling Haaland, in Donnarumma, in Marguerite, in Ryan Cherchi, in Antonio Semenyo. They've got attacking players, they've got world-class players at their disposal, but they have been off this season. Arsenal have been the better side, and I do think they are going to get that title over the line. So from that point of view, it's a really tricky one when we discuss Man City's what can they fight for. I just feel like, when they've needed to get the results over the line, they've just fallen short at the final high hurdles. They've done everything so well to sort of catch up to them, but when they've needed to get the 3 points against certain teams, it's just not been good enough, has it? In the league at the moment, they've won 4 of the last 5, drew 1 as well. So from that point of view, it's a tricky one to call because I think just Arsenal's form throughout the season has just been that slightly a little bit better. Because when we look at the margins, the fine margins of the Premier League, Arsenal have won 20 games, they've drew 7, they've lost 3, compared to Man City winning 18 games, drawing 6 and losing 5. So obviously, Arsenal have won 2 more games and Man City have lost 2 more games. So it's just the fine margins that goes to show, what it takes to win a Premier League title these days. Honestly, it does, because it's 7 points isn't a lot in it, but when you consider the form that Arsenal are in at the moment, it's just going to be all out attack for them, isn't it? It's just going to be relentless, picking up points week in, week out, and I can't see Arsenal losing these next couple of games. I just can't see them compared to Man City's next fixtures. Okay, obviously they've got West Ham in the league, they've got Real Madrid, like I mentioned, probably the will lose. They've got Crystal Palace, they've got Arsenal, which is a big tie, obviously in the EFL Cup final. Okay, so let's say if one of those teams, let's say if Man City wins the Carabao Cup, that might give them another motivation, another a boost forward to potentially go on and take that Premier League title away from Arsenal. Who knows? But if Arsenal win that, I think it's pretty much season over. Okay, don't get me wrong. They're still in both cup competitions. But they're both in the final. So when we talk about if the season's over, potentially probably in the Champions League, potentially probably in the Premier League as well. But they're still both cup competitions, Carabao Cup and FA Cup. So from that point of view, from a Man City point of view, if you come away with a season and still win 2 trophies, that's overall it's still a good season, isn't it? Because you'll probably have one more trophy than an Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, they are lesser cup competitions than the Premier League and the Champions League. Even though they probably won't win a Premier League title, even though they probably will get out of the Champions League, if you come away with 2 trophies, it is pretty good for their season at least. Do Man City have enough fight in them to get back into the Champions League, to potentially catch up to Arsenal, or are they just fighting for those cup competitions, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup as well and stuff? Obviously, if they beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, couldn't that give them enough motivation and a big boost to potentially overtake Arsenal in the Premier League? Who do Man City need to step up for the remaining of the season? Is it Erling Haaland? Is it Antonio Semenyo? Is it Marguerite? Is it Rodri? Is it Donnarumma? All these players. Do Man City overall have more world-class players than Arsenal, or are Arsenal more of a well-run unit, well-run structured team to win the Premier League this season? And yeah, Is it a successful season if they win both cup competitions but don't win the Premier League or the Champions League, or is that a little bit of a is that a little bit of a lesser season considering Man City's fans high expectations, they have expectations of winning the league every single season, don't they? So from that point of view, is it a little bit disappointing? Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And before that, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. It goes a long, long way helping me build a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 297 subscribers. I just want to say a massive thank you for that. All the support on the most recent episodes, all the likes and the comments on social media as well. If I had to give a quick little score prediction, I'd probably say Man City 2-0 win. Best case scenario for a West Ham, probably a 1-1 draw, 1-0 potentially. I can't see that happening. I can see Man City winning, unfortunately for them. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below as well what you guys think, score predictions wise. And yeah, I really do hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.